Okay, hello. In this semi-quick video, I'll be showing you my preferred way to farm the Omnis chest, and in my opinion, I think it's the quickest way. With this method, the run should take at most 10 minutes. I've done it in 8 minutes personally. It just depends on how good your room clearing skills are and how well you can abuse your chosen weapon. So, just to make it quick, the weapons that I would recommend would 100% be the Cursed Guillotine, Scarlet's Rose, Iron Smite, and the Bat Axe. I would recommend these, mainly the Cursed Guillotine out of all of them, because they've got really good rune clearing abilities, some more than others. I say the Bat Axe is the worst out of this lot. Well, no, I'd say the Bat Axe is the worst out of this lot due to its AoE not being as large. But Eye of Smite has really good chaining with its ability, and pretty decent damage, pretty good crit. Sadly, no bleed. However, Scarlet's Rose and Curse Guillotine are so broken for no good reason. I'll cover Scarlet's Rose first. Let's get it out of the way. Due to it being a rare weapon, it's extremely common, just like the Curse Guillotine, so you're going to naturally have it at a high level. So its damage is going to be comparable to your legendaries, if not like leagues better. Its crit is going to be probably the best out of your entire arsenal, and its bleed chance is also ridiculous. And its ability makes it a really good weapon to clear crowds. When they're grouped up, you do have to really play into the weapon to make it as good as it can be, naturally. However, if you can get enemies grouped up and kind of bundled together, tap the ability, use your charge attack to stun everyone, and it will cause absolute mayhem, and they kind of just disappear. So I could not recommend this weapon enough. More people should use it, but not as much as a Cursed Guillotine because this weapon is incredibly strong. It just it's being a great sword. It's got naturally high attack. Its crit is pretty decent, and its bleed is it's there. The bleed is there. However, the thing that makes this so incredibly good is its ability, as it is a really large AOE, and any enemy that's caught in it will get one shot. I know it says enemies below 25% health are immediately killed, and others take heavy damage, but that heavy damage at level 6 is around 1.1k, which is more than enough to one shot any enemy in Crimson Abyss. So this weapon is incredibly good. Its its auto attacks already do around about 800 to 900 on a crit, which is already more than enough to one shot most enemies. Apart from the guys that split into two different enemies when you kill them for the first time, those are the only things that you can't one shot because they split into two. But if you can get into split into two, then use the ability, it's insanely fucking strong. So these are the weapons that I would recommend, and the armor you use doesn't matter as long as you just have high health and decent energy, which a lot of the armors do already. Uh, you should be fine. I use soul armor because the ability just makes it really good to run through levels really quickly. But if you have a level soul armor, this would be my best choice, my best personal choice. Uh, Ice Samurai, if you have it leveled, is also really good because once you kill an enemy, you just get increased movement speed, which is really strong. However, what I could recommend to most people is the Molten Armor because it just has really good energy, and if you have it at a good level, it has got a lot of health, which is nice. So decent armors that I would recommend the most, mainly Molten Armor, but anything works really. As long as as long as there's none of the starter ones. Although Dark Steel does also work due to it having a really high health, but the energy's kind of eh. So that's what I would recommend. You should be doing this on normal because the enemy health is lower and you can speed it really quickly. And Now I'll just put up some gameplay of a run that I started, which is just for an example as I continue yapping. The the bonuses that you get for leveling up, you should prioritize ability cooldown as well as spirit capacity. Ability cooldown, so you can just spam your ability obviously and clear rooms faster. Really strong on Curse Guillotine. And you should prioritize the spirit collection, because the more spirits you have, the faster you move, so you can run through the level quicker, which just leads to getting to ominous chests faster. After that, you can mainly pick what you want. I personally go for any damage, so your rage spirits, your crit, but I would mainly go for the frost damage because it can slow enemies, and the curse guillotine's range isn't as amazing as it may seem. So having them slowed makes you so you can get up to them quicker, they run away slower, makes it a lot easier to just room clear. But apart from that, yeah, it's all you really want. You don't need potions. You don't need like vaulted weapons. Of course, if you have them, use them. Is probably the best option. Though that's something else. So that's what I would recommend. Uh, with this method, the run should go between 8 to 10 minutes. My personal best is 8 minutes, and once you get to the ominous chest, you don't have to finish the level. You can press tab and then click the flag icon in the top right. Once the ominous chest shows up in items that you've collected, and that will take you back to the lobby. It'll end your run, take you back to the lobby, and you get to keep all the items that you get to keep all the items that you collected, being ominous chest. So that's my method. I can get around 3 ominous chests in half an hour at most times. I hope this helps. You don't need to do this in a party, and I honestly wouldn't recommend doing this in a party, because once you click the flag icon, it takes you back to the lobby, but you don't stay in the party. So if you want to do it with a friend or randoms, you have to keep rejoining each other's game over and over and over again, which is just really inconvenient. And if your weapons are pretty decent level, you shouldn't have to run with a party anyway. I can do this solo with my eyes closed. Honestly, it's really not that bad. So that's what I would recommend for everybody. I hope this helps. If it did, let me know. I'm actually very curious if this works with other people as well, or if it might just be me. And yeah, have fun getting ominous chests and your hellscapes and your blood moons and your more hellscapes. And see ya. You keep watching. Actually, keep watching the rest of my gameplay, even though you really don't have to. Okay, bye.